to the chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
And I'm Chuckalicious, Chuck Williams.
And join us today from the Texas Department of Transportation, Jason Britsch. We remember Miss Sonia Gross. We know her quite well. And she moved to another position at TxDOT, and Jason has filled in and done a great job so far the last couple of months. Jason, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the High Plains. Originally from the San Antonio area, correct?
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Yes, I'm originally from a small town called Hondo, right outside, about 40 minutes west of San Antonio, going on Highway 90. We're known for a sign that I don't know if I can say it on air about what it says on air, but we're known for having a sign out there that says, "Please drive through this city appropriately."
There you go.
I'll use the kinder words if people want to Google it or look it up later. That's
I think we need that sign with big flashing neon lights around here in this community. TxDOT has been running the hashtag in the street campaign for several years now, and it's just it's remarkable that something we could have some control over, some say over, we still don't have a handle on, and that's due to some really important items that take place. One of them is distracted driving. The numbers of distracted drivers grows each and every day. The deadliness of that habit is apparent when we have news stories here. The other one is one that we should have eradicated 30 years ago, and that's driving impaired, daring to get behind the wheel when you're impaired. Jason, tell the folks a little bit about the hashtag in the street campaign, and how long has it been since we've been without a death on Texas roadways?
So we're going to have to go all the way back to the beginning of, or not the beginning of, but November 7th of the year 2000. That was the last day that there was not a deathless day on Texas roadways. Ever since then, at least one day, every day since then, there's been at least one death on Texas roadways. And you brought it up a little bit you touched on it a little bit too. It's from a variety of reasons. It's not just one reason. It's failure to control speed. It's driving while intoxicated, under the influence of alcohol or drugs, or just distracted driving as well. You mentioned that keeps popping up. The cell phones are so just readily available, and they're just right there. Right when you get in your car, that's the first thing you look at whenever you get on your phone. And unfortunately, that's an issue. That's an issue, not just here in the Amarillo district, but that's across the state as well. So, yeah, ever since November 7th of 2000, there's been at least one death on Texas roadways, and we're doing everything possible we can to try to bring those numbers down, whether it's any kind of sort of safety improvements that we can be doing on the roads, and here not only Amarillo district but statewide. It's a joint effort. It's a team effort. We can tell you everything that you need to do in order to try to be as safe as you can on Texas roadways, but people have to do it. These are choices that people have to make, and we kind of chatted a little bit during the break. That's the saddest part about all this, is that these are choices that people are making whenever they're out on the roadways. Distracted driving under the influence. Those are unfortunate choices that people make, and there's solutions to these. If you're going to be out, for example, for driving while, if you're going to be going out and you're going to be drinking, there's several things you can do in order to prevent you from driving home drunk. If you can, stay there at the location if that's allowed. Get a ride share. That's one of the easiest things people can do. Get Lyft or Uber or public transportation, a bus or taxi cab. Just don't drive drunk, or get a sober driver. Designate someone like that as well. So these are just unfortunate circumstances that we really need people to take a hold of and try to bring that number down to zero, or as close to zero as we can, because even one is too much, and so we're trying to bring that number down.
Well, one thing too we want to touch on, Jason, State Loop 335. Can we get a construction update on that?
Yeah, so that's, obviously that's going to be the loop that's been going around. A lot of work. We get a lot of calls and a lot of updates. What people wanting to know, because obviously that's a big thing around here. And so a few weeks ago we wanted to kind of put out to the public, provide an update, a construction update, because we know that's going to be a big deal, that it really affects how people get around the Amarillo area. So we've kind of divided it up. The way we wanted to put out the media, we really wanted to break it down in each section, kind of what the updates were on each part of that. So at I-27, at that South Loop interchange right there at I-27 where it meets Hollywood Road, that is 100% completed and open to traffic, and that costs about $42 million. And we will also, that's another part, we wanted to put the dollar amount there so the area knew just how much money we were investing in trying to make our areas as safe and as easy to drive as possible. Coulter Street to Soncy, that affects us, me and my family, because that's where we go to church in that area. So we're always wondering about that, updates on that. So we're glad to know that that traffic pattern change is going to be in later December. So we're thinking around Christmas time, and the expected total completion of that will be summer of 2024. And from FM 2590 to I-40 around that area, that's 100% completed and open to traffic. That's going to be the road that runs by West Plains, the new high school out there. And just a couple more updates real quick. I-40 interchange to Southwest 9th, a little bit north of I-40. That's going to be expected to open to traffic in early 2024. We're looking at January, February, and expected total completion on that in spring of 2024. And then a little further past that, the construction just kind of got underway on that one from Southwest 9th to FM 1719. It's also Western Street, but that's expected to be completed in late 2026. But construction is rolling pretty nicely on that one.
Let me ask you this. Can you give me an update on the U.S. Highway 54 expansion?
Yes.
And you're going to have open houses in Sherman County, correct?
Yes, that is correct. It'll be running from a little bit outside of Stratford all the way up to about Texoma to that Oklahoma state line. We're having two open houses because those are going to two different open houses because those are going to really affect those communities. We're having one tomorrow night from 5 to 7 p.m. out at Texoma. That's going to be at the Texoma High School, and that's going to be from 5 to 7 p.m. We're going to have our TxDOT officials out there kind of making a presentation, and they'll be open to public if they have any questions about it. We're going to be happy to talk with them about it. And then also we're going to have another one on Thursday, November 16th from 5 to 7 at Heritage Hall over in Stratford as well. So we're going to have two different open houses. And if you can't make it to either one of those, there's going to be a virtual option where people can go and kind of do like a little scroll through a PowerPoint presentation that's going to be the exact same information that's going to be presented at these open houses, and that's going to be available over on our website, TxDOT.gov, starting tomorrow at noon, and that's going to be available all the way through Monday, December 4th. And so that's not a live event. These are not live things. That will just be a presentation that people can go and search for. All they got to do is go to that website and look at US 54 expansion and kind of a little bit of details on what exactly the plans are for that. It's going to be, right now, it's a 2-lane undivided roadway, and then our plans are to expand it to a 4-lane divided roadway with a median. And so, yeah, that's going to run from Stratford to the Oklahoma City line right there at Texoma. And we, the reason we want to have these open houses is because we want people's input on this. We want to hear from them. We want to know if they have any questions. We want to be able to be there to answer those questions and provide as much information as possible. So now that's why we're also doing the virtual option as well, because we understand people have different schedules, and we want people to really take advantage of learning as much as they can about these projects so that they're completely aware of how these are going to be affecting their community.
That's it. Jason, thank you so much. Welcome you and your family to the High Plains. I think you'll fit in nicely. Thank you for the great information today.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me. Look forward to it.